Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, I have few things that I would like to remind to all of you. All information conveyed in this live session is for the sole purpose of academia. All views and comments by the moderator and the panel are personal views and in no way reflects the official views and policies of the university or in this institution. The university or institution is no way responsible for the comments and views conveyed neither by the panel nor the moderator. For our webinar sessions today, please be reminded to use the YouTube chat box should you have any questions to our panel regarding his topic of his presentation. The committee and I will be the one reading them and will try to convey the questions during the Q&A session after the speaker has completed his presentation. Next, the link for you to fill in your attendance will also be made available in the chat box at the end of this session today. Failure to do so will result to no attendance recorded. For your kind consideration and cooperation in ensuring the smooth flow of our session today, thank you very much in advance. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Distinguished guests, the representative from our webinar committee, dear participants and panelists, salam sejahtera and salam UITM di hatiku. On behalf of the organizing committee, I am Dr. Muhammad Syukri bin Abdullah, and I would like to extend our warm welcome and heartfelt appreciation to all esteemed participants to this international virtual webinar called as Indonesia Tourism Post-COVID-19, Rebranding or Revitalising. For your information, this webinar is organized by the Faculty of Hotel and Tourism Management, FPHP UITM Malacca City Campus. Respective participants, this webinar is designed to encourage the involvement of academicians and researchers from whole UITM system specifically as well as other institutions in pursuing to assist the government of Malaysia and Indonesia together and restore the tourism policies in Malaysia and Indonesia. This webinar is called Gathering for the Restoration of Tourism in Malaysia and Indonesia, Great Minds 2021, Youth Together in Rejuvenating the Tourism Sector. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to introduce our distinguished speaker who will be presenting his topic today. To start off, let me read out the biography, the Honorable Dr. Franz Teguh. Dr. Fransiskus Xaverius Teguh is currently served as Senior Advisor to the Minister for Sustainable Development and Conservation. He is graduated from the Universitas Gadjah Mada, Yogyakarta with a doctoral program in Tourism and Judicium, cum laude and Master of Arts in Tourism and Hospitality, Bournemouth University, United Kingdom on 1997. He also graduated from Sekolah Tinggi Pariwisata STP, Bandung on 1995 with Bachelor of Tourism Management. Prior joining Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, Tourism and Creative Economy Agency of the Republic of Indonesia, he has vast experience such as Assistant Deputy for Design and Investment, Assistant Deputy of Infrastructure and Ecosystem Development from 2015 until 2018. Currently, he also serves as Secretary of the Indonesia Sustainable Tourism Council since 2017 and also the founder and Chairman, Center for Integrated Sustainable Management Studies on Tourism, Environment and Social Development. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome the Honorable Dr. Franz Teguh to begin his presentation. By the way, Dr. Franz, may I ask your kindness to open your mask so that everybody can see your full face, your handsome face, Dr. Franz.
Yes, sorry, I got a little bit freeze with my. It's okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much for
No
that, Dr.
problem.
Franz.
Thank you very much. So, Dr. Syukri, Dr. Syukri, thank you very much as your moderator. And good morning, all of you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Om Santi, 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 Om.
Yeah, Santi, Santi.
Yes. So, shall we start?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, first of all, I would like to extend my great appreciation for the University Technology Mara, yeah, with the Faculty of Hotel and Tourism Management.
Yes, correct.
For conducting this very important and significant as well as contextual issues in dealing with tourism post pandemic. Still, we are fighting with this kind of pandemic, but we still have a great hope and great expectation that we can recover. We can build the confidence, and I think at the end there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. I think that is really a great spirit for us. Well, I would like to share my presentation. So would you like to help? Yes, yeah,
sure.
The title is the Indonesia tourism post COVID-19, and I would like to underpin the recovery, revitalization, and one important thing is rebranding tourism. Okay, next slide. Yeah, next. Yes. So the presentation will touch upon the strategic situation analysis, and then some program for recovery and revitalization, and the important issues is how then we are dealing with the sustainable tourism development approach, and some steps and roadmap for future tourism strategy. Yes, next slides, please. Yes, next. Yeah, this is the current situation happening in the ASEAN countries. COVID-19 updated. Yeah, this is November 4, 2021. Yeah. So yeah, still a figure that describe how then we are fighting with this kind of situation, and I think this is really tough for us among countries. And I think in Indonesian case, we are fighting for and combating with this kind of situation, and it's happened for all countries in the world. Yeah, next slides, please. And again, Indonesia tourism and creative economy, because for us, the portfolio of tourism is engaged with the creative economy. So headed with this situation, we are facing the decline of the international tourists. Again, that is really impact to the sectors, and I think some condition is also happened with the multiplier effects, and again we are suffer for tourism condition and tourism in economic perspective. And again, it's really important to see how the potential of the domestic tourism to be boost for our resilience. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah. Still, now we are preparing, and now the Indonesia is also already launched the reopening tourism for international tourists, and it is very limited in this first stage. We have short list 19 countries. And again, we really respect for the rigid protocols, health protocols, because it's very important right now to build confidence and credibility, and how then we can gain the trust in order to make sure that everything is under control, how then we can manage the pandemic situation on the ground, on the destination. It's really, really important. So that's why we open prudently and smoothly in accordance with the real condition on the ground. So now we are proposing Bali in some areas as a green zone, for example, Sanur, Nusa Dua, and Ubud, and we are planning in the future, not in the future, but it depends on the situation. We would like to open also Kepri, including Bintan, Batam. So that is the kind of approach, very dynamic, very prudent, in order to make sure the real condition is under control. Yeah, next slide, please. Yes, it's also related to the vaccination program, and also one of our highlights in terms of the CSA. So we call it like certification for the tourism entities, industries, cleanliness, in terms of the cleanliness, health, safety, and environmental sustainability. So overall, I think this is still again our plan, and also we are forcing the commitment and also collaboration with the cross sectors in order to make sure, starting from the airport, hotels, and also all the value chains of the business in tourism. So here you can see that we propose for the quarantine hotels, and we are really measures the condition for the whole island, for example, in Bali. So that is the real condition that now we are put on the ground. So next slide, please. Yes, that one things that now we are preparing is about the vaccinated travel lane. And I think we learned from our friends, and maybe also in Malaysia or KL, and also in Singapore. They are doing well in accordance with the vaccinated travel lanes. So this is again our scheme without quarantine for tourism destination in Bali and Riau, in the Kepri Islands. But still, we are working under control, under monitoring the condition on the ground. Yeah. Next slide. Yes, this is some part that we would like to show you and to demonstrate how then we can extend our experience of quarantine in the location. So, for example, in Bali. So this is a kind of our approach and also our endorsement in dealing with this kind of issues. But still, we should have to be bear in mind that it's not easy to have the confidence and the credibility for the market perspective. Yeah. Next slides. Yes. Now we are going to discuss about the program and for the recovery and the revitalization. Next, please. Yes, overall, we have the time and step-by-step process. So in dealing with this, we are working seriously in tackling or in responding to emergencies. And then now we are coming to the era of the recovery, and we are going to the normalization. So on this stage, we are working with the disaster management, crisis management, for example, and also encouraging working from home. This is also one of the examples that now we are dealing with the micro micro approach and limitation for the territory, and also some programs in the recovery preparation. And in the recovery program, so we are focused on the domestic. So that's why we are boosting more and more people in Indonesia to be vaccinated, and also dealing with the CHSE protocols. So we call it like a new pandemic winner for the industries. So that is also a kind of our approach. And also we are dealing with the stimulus, giving incentive for MICE, for meeting, incentive, conference and exhibition, and also working together with our cross sectors in the ministries or state-owned enterprises. If they want to have events, so they still do that or undertaking that, but still under health protocol. So it's very important to deal with that. So again, how then we restore the security is also important issues, and making a reset and re-strategy of our tourism. For the normalization, again, we are still working with a priority for destination development. So overall, we have super priority destination, including Toba in Sumatra, Borobudur in Jawa, Mandalika in Lombok, Labuan Bajo in the Flores Island is very popular for Komodo dragon national park, and also one important location is in North Sulawesi, Likupang. So this is our portfolio in this time 5 years program under the President Joko Widodo to push how then we can have more space, more destination beyond Bali. So that this is also important to push and to boost the development of the destination in this country. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yes, this is the detail of the strategy recovery program. So we are focused on the human resources capacity building. So this is also the items or the intervention for reskilling, upscaling. So it's very important to touch with this kind of human resources development. And we are also dealing with the creative economy in the tourism village campaigns for the both competency-based training. And second steps is about the revitalization of the destination. So now we are working to make sure to ensure the application, the implementation of the destination management and destination governance, including sustainable tourism program, and also the thematic destination, city creative cities, and also managing tourism village. And the third stage is about the increasing the resilience and business competitiveness. So this is the area for making sure the capacity of the business, and we are dealing with the incentive for business, and this really related with the economic recovery program, so under the Ministry of Finance. So we are working with the cross sectors, of course. Product and service innovation. So it's really important to see how the innovation and the creativity on the ground will be helpful in terms of diversification and also the standard and quality of the product. And market recovery and expansion is also important. Yes, right now we are focused on the domestic market. So I think this is really more realistic and manageable. But then again, we still manage the expectation of the public expectation of our international market and friends. So at this course, we still believe that after the pandemic ends, so there will be more visitors, more friends coming to Indonesia, and also we are great, we are blessed because next year we also become the host of the G20. So that there will be a range of events on queuing, and I think this is also important to make sure the quality of our destination and the sustainability approach. And again, we should have to manage our expectation for market and public. Yeah, next slide, please. Yes, this is the Indonesian tourism and creative economy work platform. So under the Minister of Sandiaga Uno, this is my minister right now. So we are focusing on the recovery and growth of the tourism and creative economic sectors, driving business opportunity and opening white job. So this is again we approach with the innovation, with the adaptation and the collaboration. So this is really link each other. So yes, we are now doing staycation activities, for example, but still we would like to encourage the creativity and innovation. So we believe that innovation is no limit. So I think this is also important as our source and our social capital for managing and out of the crisis. And then adaptation so means that we are working hand in hand in terms of the balancing of the economic and health protocol. So again, in our management of the crisis for the pandemic, we really put the priority for the health, hygiene, and safety, but still the economic sectors still running. And I think this is not easy. But again, we would like to have more discipline for our people in dealing with the health protocols or wearing masks. So I think you can see right now. So I'm obliged sometimes to wear masks, to wash our hands, to be vaccinated, make a distance for in the public areas, and using more digital connection. And again, we also put priority on the CSA implementation protocol for the tourism business. And collaborations, yes, it's a key issue because we need more cooperation with the ministries in the central level. And again, we are coming down for the regional cooperation and collaboration, because if we are talking in the tourism sector, for example, yes, in the central government, we should have to communicate with the regional government, with the governor, with the district head of the district. So that is again, we need a kind of orchestration and collaboration in dealing with pandemic issues, but of course with others dimension of our development. So move fast, move together, and work on all potential jobs. So be the right on time, on target, and beneficial for all. Yes, next slide, please. Yes, this is some picture, a picture that showing or demonstrating how serious we are in dealing with the vaccination program in the tourism and creative economic sectors, and also highlighting the importance of the CSA program and certification. So that is a kind of our approach in making sure the resilience and also the readiness of the business in the frontiers, how then they can make sure that every single entities or the business, they should have to send a message to give a great communication that you are safe if you come to the destination or you come to the hotel or you using the facilities in there. Yeah, so that's why the GHSA certification is the process of granting certificate to tourism business, tourism destination in order to implement the hygiene, health, safety, and environmental sustainability. Yeah, next slide, please. Next slides. Yes, this is again our program for 2022 next year. So we are still working with the restoration of the Bali and other leading tourism destination, development of the village. Now we are focused for village tourism or desa wisata or kampung, because this is really in line with the trend and preferences for the outdoor activities, more nature-based, more countryside environment or ambience and experience. It is also important to tap for millennials or centennials or generation alpha market. So I think this is again how then we are dealing with the diversification of the product and also the quality, priority for tourism destination development and acceleration for the digital adoption and implementation for the tourism and creative economy. Yeah, next slide, please. Yes, as I mentioned before, that this is the coincidence for Indonesia, because next year will be a great momentum for us in dealing with so in the perspective of the tourism. So this will be a big mega event, G20, and I think this is also an opportunity for Indonesia to showcase, to bringing Indonesia to the world and also bring the world to Indonesia. But still, we are working hard on the ground to make sure the implementation, the application of the health protocols with the disciplines and accountability. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, the various destination will be part of G20 meeting and programs. Yeah, yeah. Yes, in this section, I would like to discuss more about how then Indonesia approach with the sustainable tourism development strategy. So we are working under the global and international perspective, because UNWTO as our key partners and also Global Sustainable Tourism Council, they are endorsing standard in sustainable tourism. And in our country, we have a tourism law, we have a national tourism development plan, and also a strategic plan, and working in detail with the guidelines in terms of how then we can make sure the sustainable tourism development approach and implementation. So that's why in our national program, so next slide, please. We have at least 5 main programs under the Sustainable Tourism Development Programs. One is Sustainable Tourism Destination. Second is Observatories for Sustainable Tourism. Third is about the certification, because very important to recognize and to showcase how then they have already achieved or complied with the standards, so they need to be certified. And second and fourth is about the tourism industry mainstreaming the sustainability and green, of course. And the important part again is about the sustainable tourism marketing, more responsible and tapping with the climate change issues. And again, we should have to make sure that Indonesia can manage our destination more environmental friendly and also green product. And again, we need the management approach as well. Yes, this is overall our portfolio in dealing with the sustainable tourism development in Indonesia. Yeah, next slides, please. Yes, in summaries, this is the key elements for the sustainable tourism destination, observatories, certification, industries, and sustainable tourism marketing and management. Next slide. Next, this. Yes, the policy support. Yes, as I mentioned before, that the ministry again working in detail with the adoption for the green standard, green hotel, green homestay, and also how then we push the destination in the sustainable ways. And also, again, we respect to our law and our national development plan. Yeah, next, please. Yes, one important part of this approach is how then Indonesia have Indonesia Sustainable Tourism Council. It's a quasi-government institution, and we are working together with these parties, I mean, in this council, in dealing with the policy direction, providing advocacy, and also make sure the implementation on the ground and make an evaluation and recommendation to the government. So I think this is also a part of the approach for the collaboration and also cooperation with other sectors and other parties. Yeah, next slide, please. Yes, as a part of the standard and the criteria, as well as the indicators, we are working on the national program, and we have already endorsed and stipulate the guidelines for sustainable tourism destination. So again, this is our approach, and we refer to the global standard, and now we are applying in our case in some parts across the country. So this is the pillar for sustainable management, socio-economic sustainability, cultural sustainability, and environmental sustainability. Yes, indeed, it is a part of our solution for the global to make sure how can we implement and give the evidence to make sure all the indicators to be done or to be implemented or to be applied. So I think this is very important for the product, for the destination, because we should have to create the experience for the visitors. Yeah, next slide, please. Next one, please. Yes, this is the key highlight, the sustainable tourism destination. Next, again, and we have Sustainable Tourism Awards. Next slide, please. Yes, this is some samples. Yeah, so since 2017, we conducted awards. Yes, this is a kind of our strategy and our step-by-step process in dealing with the literacy, the awareness of the stakeholders and parties, because it's not easy to have a common platform or the common understanding in dealing with this. So because sustainable is a long-term and more broad in terms of the issues, but again, we should have to make sure that in the practical level, how then they can be a part of the solution in dealing with this kind of indicators if they want to be more sustainable. So this is also a kind of the stimulus and incentive that we are dealing all around. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yes, yes. As I mentioned before, that we have a sustainable tourism certification. It's a certification body to deal with the assessors and also auditors, make a certification and process. And as we know that we have undertaken some destination and also some tourism village as a destination to be certified in last 2 years and also this year. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yes, this is some sustainable tourism village certification that we have already done, and this year we plan to have more. That's about 16 more tourism village or desa wisata to be certified. Yeah. Next slides. Yes, it's also important to connect with the international bodies. So we need the certification accreditation from the GSTC. So this is a kind of training that we are doing so far, and this is a politically events that we are going to maintain the collaboration with the international bodies as well. Yeah, next slides. Yes, this is again it's a part of the sustainable tourism development. It's about the sustainable tourism observatories. It's very important to deal with the research center, universities, in measuring the qualification of the standard and indicators. So we have at least 5 universities take part in this kind of the observatories. So we call it a monitoring center for sustainable tourism observatories. This is about 11 core issues areas, and they are just dealing with the climate change as well, employment, tourism seasonality, etc. But again, this is a part of the UNWTO key programs, and we are one of the country in Asia after China as a part of this kind of international network on sustainable tourism observatories. So this is a kind of our platform, and I'm happy to share with you my colleagues from Malaysia. So perhaps you see the opportunity for you to have a collaboration with the UNWTO in dealing with the sustainable tourism observatories, because it's very important to put a university or research center as a part of the observatory or surveillance for the and monitoring for this kind of issues. Next slide, please. Yes, this is some examples. As I mentioned before, we are dealing with working together with the universities in Indonesia, in Bali, in Yogyakarta, in Bandung, in North Sumatra, and also in Lombok. Yeah, next slide. Yes, next. Yes, sustainable tourism industries. Yes, as I mentioned before, that we are very keen to see how the industries can apply the more environmental friendly, more sustainable ways, dealing with the circular economy or waste management, etc. So that this is again of our program to mainstream these kind of issues for the whole of the business in tourism in Indonesia. Yeah, next slide. Next one. Yeah, sustainable tourism management and marketing. Yes, I mentioned before, it's very important to touch upon the preferences and lifestyle of the people, because they more smart travelers, smart visitors. They need more organic food. For example, they need more carbon footprint destination. So that's why it's very important to demonstrate and to make sure our product will be sent to the market and with the environmental friendly, with the sustainable ways. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah. Yes, there's some highlights programs that we are working on the ground. We are dealing with the waste management, any kind of the dimension of product, and I think we are that is the proven picture showing how then we are working with other sectors, with other ministries, and also we are working with the regional and district level in some parts of the Indonesia. Yeah, thanks. Next slide, please. Yes, in the last section, I would like to discuss a little bit about our future tourism strategy. Yes. Yes, as a part of the medium-term development plan, we have already stipulated our key issues to be quality and sustainable tourism approach. So that's why the key values, how then Indonesia can promote and encourage the sustainable tourism, scale human resources, more dedicated for the experience and satisfaction, product and service diversification, and technology adaptation. So that is again a bit again between the product and market, or supply and demand. So I think this is also a great momentum for us, but also a challenge. So that's why we need a collaboration with all parties. Yeah. Next slides. Next one, please. Yes, as a part of this, we have a strategic formulation for the new normal era. So I think it's very important to have a vision how then we can cope the emergency response and crisis mitigation, for example. And now we are working with the recovery and the activation of our business and start to reopening tourism and creative economy. And I think it's very important element is how then we are dealing with the future, the post crisis, and for tomorrow. So that's why we put sustainable tourism strategy, quality tourism, and digital sovereignty as our key driver in dealing with the future strategy for tourism and creative economy. Yeah, next. Yeah, how important to deal with the pentahelix for the orchestration and cross-sectors cooperation. So this is again the picture showing how then we should have to work together with the academic, with the business, with the community, also with the government, cross-sectors in the ministry level or in the central government, but again within the district or regional one, and also media is very important to touch the media and to include media as a part of our pentahelix model. Yeah, next one. Yeah, so this is the visioning for sustainable tourism development in Indonesia. And again, I think this is a kind of our approach as a part of the solution for the global. So we would like to have the position Indonesia can be a sustainable hub in Asia Pacific and also in the ASEAN. So because we have natural resources, we have cultural resources, and we should conserve, protect, and utilize wisely, and give prosperity for conserving the planet and also the people. So I think that this again our visioning, and this is also important to break down in the program. Yeah, next slides. Yeah, so that's why it's also important to see the product development as a part of the niche tourism, I mean, and special interest one. So I think this is again about our portfolio, but it's not limited here. But this is again some that I can show you this moment. Ecotourism, for example, volunteerism, pro adventure, rural health, nature, culture, forest healing, because it's also very important to see how then the health can be can be a part of our needs right now, and the importance of the sport, event, marine, archipelago, and slow tourism. I think this is also a potential for us. Yeah. Next slides. Yeah, so that's again after we see the portfolio of our strategy and product. So I think it's also important to see our marketing strategy and branding policy. So still we are working with the pandemic situation right now. So again, we include our wonderful journey, Indonesia Aja. So this is again our campaigns because we focus on the domestic market. So we are trying to boost and encourage more movement for across the countries, and also important to have a spirit and campaigns for Beli Creative Local, so local product. So buying or purchasing local product, because it's very important to see the contribution of the creative economy in the local level, because it's also a kind of the resilience approach for the communities or for the UMKM, small medium enterprises. So this kind of approach for this marketing and branding policy. Yes, next slide, please. Next one. Yeah. So we are campaigning Indonesia Care, because Indonesia Care is under health protocols. So the Indonesia Aja is a hashtag, wonderful journey, and also in terms of the creative economy. So the hashtag is Beli Creative Local. So this is overall rebranding that I think is more effective for right now in dealing with our current situation. And we believe that we will see the light and also the opportunity for next and for tomorrow. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yes, as a part of my presentation today, I just highlight the future challenge and opportunity for tourism and hospitality. So again, the science and technology is also our issues, and social, economic, psychological environment is a part of our dimension for the tourism. So we need the governance innovations. It's really very important. And then how then we can have the niche tourism, eco innovation as a part of our positioning, but we are still focused on the tourism and hospitality. Then again, the governance is very important. How then we see the key dimension of the leadership, the management, and also the value chains. And again, we can recognize with the condition, with the precondition to go to move further. But again, it's in overall, we see that the tourism can have a contribution for the balancing of life. It can have the see the holistic experience as a part of our concern. So this is really important, how then we are dealing with the economic, aesthetic, and ethical values as a part of our values in tourism. So this is very important to see how then universities or research center or the industries and also the academy, the medias and governments, so work together, collaboration, co-creation, and then we can have a really value-based tourism and contribution to the world. Yeah, next slide, please. Yes, this is the overall the strategy and roadmap focus on the sustainable tourism. So we are focusing the quality tourism, cleanliness, health, safety, environmental friendly, environmental sustainability, access and connectivity. Yes, we are working hard with the CIQP, with the travel bubble, for example, reopening, prudent, and also still we are working with the destination reputation. And a part of this, this is also again to adopt the digital ecosystem and dealing with the quality human capital. Product development is very important to deal with, and the industry of business roles in managing and in the governance, and also the communication and promotion for the marketing. And again, last but not least, about the creativity and innovation. So overall, it's a part of our strategy and roadmap. So I think this is important to highlight that is the virtual is a new reality. Resilience is the sustainability. So I think this is very important to have a common understanding and how we can revival and also recovery our tourism and creative economy sectors. So thank you very much. The moderator, the times I will give back to you. Thank you.
Presentation made by you, Dr. Franz, and I must say that Indonesia is doing very well currently at this state. I must say again, the strategies same with other ASEAN countries. Okay, with other ASEAN countries like Malaysia, like Indonesia itself, and thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. And now I would like to open for the Q&A session, perhaps within this, I must say 20 minutes. Okay, for the first question from Mohta Dahiri, Dr. Franz, you can read together with me. Good morning, Dr. Franz.
Yes.
Who is your immediate target market for post-COVID-19 once the government opened the international border? He meant who is your immediate target market? Who is actually your potential visitors or even your tourists after COVID-19?
Yes, it is nice to talk and to project our immediate target markets for post COVID-19. So I think we are more realistic in dealing with this. So that's why we put on our policy to reopening international borders prudently. Since we learn a lot with our friends and colleagues over the world that it's really very dynamic situation. So that's why it's very important to manage and control our internal crisis management on the ground. So that is our platform first. So then again, yes, as you see or you have got a message or news that we reopening for the first stage in 19 countries. Yeah, so this is the first stage. But again, we learn a lot that it's not easy for those who are going to come to Indonesia, right? So that's why we put priority for the essential business market. So those who are really deal with the events or the business activities in Indonesia, that is really our prime target market. So that is the case, and I think so. That's why, as I mentioned before, that we are blessed because next year will be mega event for Indonesia. We have hosting the G20, for example, as a president. So and also some events right now in the last of the year until last of the year here. In this year we have some mega events like Superbike World Championships in Lombok. There will be in Lombok this month. This is also a kind of our effort. So we focus on very essential business and special market. So that is our strategy. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Good. So that's the answer for the first question.
Hope that hope that
Yes.
answer the question. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I verified that. Okay. All right. So the next question. Okay.
Yes.
The second question from Mr. Zamzuri Ahmad Nazari. Good morning, doctor. All right. Will Indonesia introduce new destinations to defer some of the tourist traffic in current destinations?
Yes, of course, of course. In our pipeline, and also, yeah, we are working right now. We are stipulating 10 priority destination, yeah, and also 5 super priority destinations. So this is again our strategy and our pipeline, that we would like to develop new destination, more new destination in Indonesia. And I think based on our resources, and maybe not maybe actually, surely we learn before we learn this situation before post pandemic, before pandemic. We have already launched some destination as a leading destination for the future. And I think right now it's also a momentum for us to reset and redesign our product and our destination. So that's why when we see our main priorities destination like Bali and like Lombok and Manado, Likupang, Toba, and also Labuan Bajo. This is a part of our line, but still we have some more potential new destination like in Raja Ampat or in Bakatobi, in Belitung, and also in Derawan, Kalimantan. So I think we have a tourism master plan, and I think it's very important to share to you this moment because we really learn with our pastime that it's very important to have the integrated tourism master plan. And I think the moderator, Dr. Sharil, you are familiar with this because it's not easy to develop the destination. We should have to have a portfolio planning approach. And I think under this framework, we really need the integrated tourism master plan with the holistic approach, with the more sustainable approach, because as a key driver, tourism needs involvement from across sectors. If they need water or infrastructure, road, and etc. So I think this is also is not the portfolio of the tourism, but it's a portfolio of the ministries in Indonesia. I think again we need an orchestration. So I think that is a commitment for our leader, and we should be grateful because under the President Jokowi, the political commitments is there, and I think it can force our resources to put on the destination, and we are trying in the to implement this under the planning and holistic planning. And I think this is actually surely step-by-step process. But again, it's very important to have diversification and new product and new destination. Thank you very much.
Yes, correct. So I hope that Indonesia will doing we're doing well to introduce the new destinations in near future. So that's very good and fantastic movement, Dr. Franz, for Indonesia. All right, we have a last question. For the third question is actually, can we have the next question? Yeah. Okay, good morning, Dr. Franz. I have one question. What does it mean by CSHE implementation for tourism products, businesses, and destinations under the adaptation? This question from Mustaqim Hakimi Muhammad Nasri.
Yes, thank you, Pak Mustaqim, and also my colleagues that already highlight some questions. So thank you very much. Yes, indeed, we endorse the CSHE. It is the abbreviation of cleanliness, health, safety, and environmental sustainability. I think we put H after S, yeah. So CHSA, yeah, that is the correct abbreviation. So this is again our efforts and our approach to deal with the how then we can build our confidence for the tourism entities, including tourism business, and also in the same times we can gain the trust. So I think this is really important because I think, as you know, that tourism is a business of trust and business of people. So how then you can imagine if they don't trust, and I think we cannot have more tourists or more visitors. I think that this is very crucial for us in this time and also after pandemic. So that's why, as a part of our tools for pandemic winner, so we endorse this kind of programs to make sure that every single destination or entities, they have already implement the first priority is the health protocols. So it's very important to make sure under the CHSE program is they should have to be proven the implementation of the health protocol. So that's why by doing this, so they can see how important they manage the COVID-19, for example, or the crisis with the implementation of the cleanliness, health, safety, and environmental sustainability. And I think this is a range of indicators on the program. So that's why we have this as a part of our efforts to make sure how then they are ready to receive visitors or not. So that is the kind of approach. So that's why in Indonesia for the time being, because we are considering the risk of the business, so the government put an action to facilitate this kind of CSA certification and program. So they don't need to pay for this kind of the program certification. So this is a kind of our collaboration, because we are really know that the industry now is suffering a lot because there are no business, no income. So that's why it is a kind of our breakthrough for this situation. I think every country is now doing the same thing. In Malaysia, because you put priority for the hygiene and safety, right? So that is a kind of approach. So that's why this is again in terms of the adaptation, yes, because we should have to balance between the academic activities and the health activities. Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. Fantastic. The cleanliness, the health, also the security and environment awareness that's very important. I do think that every country is prioritize those elements to make sure that the activities, not even for tourism, but any other business activities also should be prioritized on that. Thank you so much, Dr. Franz, for your wonderful and breathtaking presentation. But before we end the session, well, actually we have some a very good virtual tour in Malaysia and also Indonesia. So first, okay, the first virtual tour, I would like to bring you, okay, even though you are in Jakarta, all right, so let's have a virtual tour to Bulukumba 2, which is this video has been prepared by the representative from Politekpa Makassar, Indonesia. So please enjoy the video.
Are you ready? Let's go! To reach Liukang Island, it takes 15 minutes from Bira Beach. You can rent a boat for its price 500,000 rupiahs, and there are so many boats along Bira Beach.
Liukang. Liukang Loy Island features a soft white sandy beach. As far as the eye can see, you will be mesmerized by the calm and crystal clear seawater. In addition, Liukang also has a very beautiful underwater view. Coral reefs and various types of the fish are underwater charms that will definitely make you feel more at home on this island. So those of you who have a hobby of diving and snorkeling, Liukang is the right choice, and in addition, Liukang also provides adequate accommodation and affordable prices.
Next place we visit is Bara Beach. Bara Beach is near to Bira Beach. It only takes 5 minutes from Bira Beach. Are you excited to see? Come on!
The beach, which is located in Bontabahari Subdistrict, is also known as Hidden Paradise. The soft white water combined with the blue to green turquoise gradation of the sea is able to hypnotize anyone who look at it. There are many coconut trees here, which are used as swing by visitors. Besides that, along the Bara Beach, it is covered by coral reef.
For those of you who are looking for serenity while watching the sunset view.
Oh, you can also dive and snorkel here.
Thank you so much from Politek Pamekasan. Now let's move to Malacca, right? And this known as Malacca is also known as a historical city in Malaysia. And for your information, the video from Malacca has been prepared by the representative from UiTM Malacca itself. Please enjoy the video for virtual tour in Malacca.
Hello tourists, welcome to Malacca. For your information, our journey for today will be guided by both of us. For the place that we are going to, firstly, Eva Building, Taming Sari Tower, Jongke Walk and Malacca River Cruise.
Ladies and gentlemen, Afa Musa Building and Taming Sari Tower will be guided by me, Miss Aida, and another place for Jongke Walk and Malacca River Cruise will be guided by her, Miss Adriana. Okay dear tourists, so now we are at Malacca Afa Musa Building. In Malay we call it as Kota Afa Musa. For our information, Malacca Afa Musa Building is a former Portuguese. Afa Musa Building is a former Portuguese fortress built in Malacca, Malaysia in 1512. The oldest part of the fortress was a keep. Sometimes following the Battle of Malacca and the occupation of the city by the Dutch, the keep was destroyed but the outer walls of the fortress were reinforced. However, in 1807, the British destroyed most of the fortress. The Porta de Santiago Gateway and the restored Medieval Bastion are the only part of the fortress which remain today. They are among the oldest European architectural remains in Southeast Asia and the Far East. Alright, enjoy your 1 hour to roam around this building, and don't forget to go upstairs there because there is also have a history church building too. See you later! Okay tourists, how is it? I know everyone is tired of this coaching weather, right? It's okay, take a rest, sit and take a deep breath for a while before we reaching for the next place.
Next destination is Malacca River Cruise. It was once dubbed the Venice of the East by European seafarers as it was a prominent port of the entry for traders from Europe and Asia during the late 16th century. It is a popular tourist attraction primarily because of the 45 minutes river cruise, which offers tranquil views of colonial buildings, antique shop houses, local settlements and Essen Bridge, as well as modern decoration and local art display within Malacca. After passing several more bridges, the Malacca River leads up to Kampung Moten, which is an old Malay settlement classified as a National Heritage Site. It is a typical Malay village but is widely recognized as a living museum with well-preserved traditional Malay architecture and a conservation olden days lifestyle. And last destination before let you enjoy your moment is street art at Malacca River Cruise. You will be find massive and bold color street art by the Market River, also known as the Malacca River Street Art Project. It was a collaboration between local painters and graffiti artists, producing eye-catching design with the city's shop houses and guest houses as their canvas. The city's unique identity, heritage and iconic landmark, this mural painting range from orangutans and wild stallions to local fruits and noodles, although you can easily spot them during a boat cruise along Malacca River. We highly recommend exploring these street artworks on foot as you may find a number of hidden spots that make a great snapshots. Okay ladies and gentlemen, you will given 1 hour to explore everything that you want. Enjoy!
Hello, welcome back everyone. So are you enjoying with our tour just now? Alright, so now we will continue our last trip, okay? I hope everyone is still in good condition. If there is anything, just let me know. Alright dear tourists, so now we are at our last destination, which is Taming Sari Tower. The design of Taming Sari Tower is not like the other architecture of the other towers in Malaysia. It is designed more in the form of the legendary Taming Sari Dagger, which is already known in the history of the state of Malacca. Everyone can see around Malacca in the air, and one compilation, the rotation will stop for users to see the particular area more clearly. It was a exciting experience to try. Taming Sari Tower is one of interesting place in Malacca that you must be visit. Okay, tourists, have fun everybody. You have 1 hour here, okay? And then you need to regroup back at the area over there. Thank you. How was your trip, tourists? Are you enjoy? Alright, now it's near to 6 o'clock, so our trip is over. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adriana and the team. That's very fantastic virtual tour in Malacca. All right, we have already completed the session for today's webinar. Let us all give a big round of applause wherever we may be to our amazing speaker for his immense sharing today, and to ourselves who are glued to our devices until now. I hope everyone is doing fine so far, as we have just a bit more to go. Ladies and gentlemen, next webinar will begin at 11 a.m. Malaysian time. I would like to introduce to you our next webinar. The title of our next webinar is Reinventing the Hospitality Environment, Human Touch versus Automation. The distinguished speaker is Mr. Arya Pering Arimbawa from Indonesia. And I hope that everyone can please be ready, stay and connect with us at 11 a.m. Malaysian time for the next webinar. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our closing ceremony for the webinar today. On behalf of the organizing committees, I would like to express my utmost gratitude to all of you for making our Indonesia tourism post-COVID-19 rebranding or revitalizing today a huge success. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate and thank to all of you, especially to the organizing committee, for their relentless effort in making this webinar possible. Thank you once again. Congratulations to all of you. I see you next time. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.